finally got a cold front that did more than change the direction of the wind. So it's below 60 here this morning. It's kind of nice. CJ-6. Once I put the body on the frame, started looking through stuff and wiring. Started going through the wiring. And finally found the Spartan blinker. And let me zoom in so you can see this. Let's see. Zoom way in. Way in. This is a model SCS-3R. You can see that. Yes. SCS-3R. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. There's no click. It moves, but there's no click. The wiring was attached to the stock wiring harness, and like yellow went to yellow, blue to blue, orange to orange, black to black. Everything went somewhere, and this power in through here, this was had a fuse, actually had a fuse and a fuse holder. The original harness, there's a new harness for this Jeep, and I was, like I said, found this. This one has a little wheel. It's supposed to cancel. It doesn't seem to do that. No clicking, no turning, no nothing going on in there. So I got to take it apart. And I figured, okay, if I got to take this thing apart, and looking online, there's a lot of people that mess with these things or have questions about how these things work. I've never had one of these apart, I don't think. If I have, it's been last century. So it's been a while. Obviously, this one was messed with or yanked on by somebody, because the wire tie down bracket here is supposed to hold this thing down, but that pulls this out as well. And I do like the Allen bolted steering column holder, because that means you're not going to scratch your knee on some kind of repurposed hose clamp. All right. I have no idea what's going to pop out at us. Springs? I don't know. We'll see what's in here. There's only one screw. The other screw is gone. Ooh, it wants to come apart. Okay. So, spider nest. You can actually see green through there. All right. You can probably clean that up. I don't know. Should we paint the whole thing black, or should I paint it black and wipe the Spartan off or polish it up, cover that up, paint the whole thing and take thinner than a Q-tip and just make the Spartan shine? I don't know. That's for later decisions. Okay, when we move the arm, how's this wheel supposed to work? I don't know that answer. Okay. Looks like underneath here is the pieces that move, so I got to take this apart and get down to there. Now, one thing I did find online, for this light bulb to work, so it's a little bit dirty. For this bulb to work, the clamp has to be grounded to the steering column. And if you got a nice painted column, and this thing's all nice and painted, it means you got to scratch your paint. Well, I did find online, mostly on early CJ-5, and I've mentioned them in other videos. Early CJ-5, for whatever reason, I cannot get myself authenticated to be a member to actually open up pictures and look at them. I can just look at the thumbnails. Thankfully on my iPad I can enlarge enough to kind of see them. Otherwise, that site is the best for the early Jeep information, because there's always somebody that's, oh, I got one of those, I got one of these, kind of like me with the old military trucks. There's lots of people that are helpful there. And they said one thing to do is when you have it apart, solder a wire to the ground casing of the light, because this is your positive wire going to the blinker light. If you solder a wire here and run it out and run it down and ground it under the dash somewhere, you don't have to ground this and scrape paint off to make your blinker light work. I am definitely going to do that. So let's see what happens when we pull this off. Let's just see what happens. With the video going, I'm documenting what I'm screwing up here. Okay. That comes off. Ooh, that spring wants to fly, I'll bet. Oh, not that bad. Okay. There's a washer in there. We got the spring on the thingy. There's a washer right here. Interesting. That washer was there. This goes here. Okay. Pat like that. Put that up there. Ah, there's another washer right here. Does this whole piece come up? No. Okay, that piece is held on down there. So this washer is to come on up. It goes underneath there. Now I'm still keeping it in view. Let me zoom in a little more. Okay. So now we got this thing slides. So that means there's going to be a spring under each side of this probably. It might just be bad connectors or gummed up connectors in there. Get the spider house out of the way. The wheel looks good. It comes on out. I'm just not sure how it's supposed to work. We'll put the wheel over there. Hey, we're down to the guts. These are the last screws you can take off. Still in frame? Yeah. In theory, the springs are going to pop out. This is where they're going to come out, right here. Let's see what, okay. That comes out. Those go in there. How does this thing come apart? Huh. Okay. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Interesting. So this piece is attached to the little leg right there. There's two here and two on the back side that hold this metal piece on top of this. Interesting. Okay. I was expecting to get hit by springs popping up, and we didn't. That's good. All right. I'm just going to put it back together because there's nothing else I can do here. I need to figure out a way to test this thing and see if it actually functions. Because unless I'm spraying electrical cleaner down those holes, there's nothing else I can do. When the basic rule of Get all screws started before you tighten up any one single fastener. Holds for this when you're working down a hole too. Thankfully I got a magnetic tip screwdriver here that I just dropped. Okay, they're both on. The wheel goes on next. I don't know what the wheel does or how it works. Okay, this washer went there. This went here. That washer there. Okay, so if this thing pushes against the wheel, how is, oh, it's over here. I guess that walks it. It's supposed to walk it back, I'll bet. Interesting idea. Okay, that spring is what walks the... Interesting idea. That spring walks the wheel back. Oh. No, it's not very... You can see that spring is moving back some. It does not want to stay. Try to tighten it a little more. So that's a right turn. So the wheel turns right, then the wheel turns left. No, that's not walking it back. Left turn, wheel turns left, and the wheel turns right. It's supposed to go boonk. Well, it actually feels like it has detents now. Okay. We didn't do much. And yes, I'm going to solder a wire onto that to run down the tube to make a ground. And I'm going to have to find another screw for this thing. Now I got to ask the owner, you want it black? Do you want it polished? Do you want it both? I'll bet this is supposed to, well, if it goes like that, you can get, like this. There's not much clearance here. Wait a minute, this went this way. Okay, that makes more clearance. So now I can get this onto here. There. Like so. Push that in just a little bit. Okay. Well, we didn't accomplish much, but didn't get poked in the eye by a flying spring either. That's pretty good. I'll have to figure out how to hotwire this thing. Set up some lights. We know that's positive going in. And the ground's up here. And I'll bet this might be a ground as well on the thermal blinker, thermal flasher can. All right. Still don't know how to make the wheel work. Maybe that'll come out somewhere. No, nothing else. This video shows that you can take a Spartan SCS-3R apart and not get flying springs all over your place. That'll work.